Thank you for the like, whoever hopped in. C4, welcome in on this beautiful Packers Saturday. Go Pack Go. I wish Angel would come and visit. I don't see him too often. But thanks for coming in. Gotta ask you people, since I have people in here. Sally Stanley. Is that a bit too much for my Packer pride? I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough. Hold on, we're gonna move you guys this way. I gotta put some stuff away. But yes, today is the big rivalry of the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. This is playoff contention now, so shit's just got serious. Let's go Pack. I am prepared. I've got my Packers gear on. I'm ready to go shout Go Pack Go. How can I take a picture of this? I don't even know. Send it to my best friend. Hey, bestie! I'm going to have to go back and take a picture of that and send it to him. I already probably poked the bear because he is a Bears fan and he taught me everything I know about sports, and he is very disappointed at the fact that I'm a Packers fan. But he's married to a Packers fan, so there is that. So today, I went in this resale shop that I like to go into, and I found a Walter Payton picture from 85 season that I know he would love, and I put my hat and my cheese hat on it, and he's going to be like, you already tainted it. So trying to remain positive. There's a lot of protests going on today for Renee Nicole Wood. Or I'm sorry, I went to school with a Renee Wood. Renee Nicole Good, who was murdered in Minneapolis. I'm sorry, Minneapolis. I am just all wrong. I have not had coffee today. I'm very upset that I have to work because that's very important for me to be a part of. But I got to sit there in spirit with Mercado Media last night and the last couple of days. Absolutely horrifying what happened there. That man murdered her. I don't care how you try and twist it. That was murder. Holy shit. What the fuck? So just trying to do something positive today. Oop. Before I start my day. So starting it off with pissing off my best friend. I couldn't think of a better way to start my day off. How he puts up with me, I don't know. But it's been a friendship since a very long time ago, since we were kids. He has detailed files. You guys ever want to know anything about BatMan? He could probably tell you a whole bunch of stuff. That poor boy was in the position when we were younger of my mom telling him, please don't let her die. And he's like, yeah, I can't stop her either. So there is that. How's everybody else doing today? Thank you, Sally Stanley. It's not easy watching what my country's becoming. It's fucking ridiculous. And the people that are supposed to be running it, even more idiots. Oh, Croft! Hi, D. Johns. I want to make sure I recognize everybody. Thank you all for stopping in. Hello, Larry Griffin. I see some new faces. Always a pleasure to see you, Crofty. I love my Saturdays when I start my shift because the lady who works before me and her have a mutual respect for each other, so it's clean, it's stacked. The next couple of days on my shift, I can't do that. The kid who's down to 1 day a week, yeah, that's usually a shit show on Sunday, so we'll see how that goes. But with the big game today, if anybody comes, they're going to be coming during the Bears-Packers game more than anything. And unfortunately, but fortunately, I don't work that because it's a night game. So it's going to be the kid who works 1 day a week. It's just not great. But I get to sit and watch the game. I get to watch the game regardless because, I mean, I'm paid to be here. So not many people can say they're paid to watch football. Hi, I get to do that shit. I get to watch football. I get to watch baseball. Most people are like, shit, I'm going to miss the game because I'm at work. So coffee time because I need brain power. But apparently we have some new stuff here. We have a banner that says our bowling lane. I'm assuming this is old because it looks oldish. And we have a Red Bull cooler. I don't know what that's about. Maybe to keep in cold stuff. That would be nice. Our cooler's been broke for months. It would definitely help Andy the shit show make sure that I have cold beer the next day. Okay, where is that located? I see what city you're saying. Is that in Russia? Ukraine? I have a Serbian friend that came here when he was 10. But thank you for coming in from so far away. As you can see, this hat's a little too big for my head, but go pack up. And what's funny is it's snowing today. And at first, when I woke up this morning, it wasn't really snowing hard. It was just kind of sleeting, where it was like ice. And my girlfriend had this whole plan today to play with her kids in the snow. They brought home the snowsuits and boots from daycare. And it didn't happen. Then about like maybe half an hour ago, it started actually snowing. I'll take you guys outside in a minute when I get my stuff done. I don't have to do much on Saturday. But I got to start my water. Fill my ice sometimes. But Sandy's a sweetheart. She always leaves me in good condition. That's why I come in on Tuesdays way earlier so I can do the same for her. Because she works this thing on Wednesday called the Gentleman's Club. And it sounds like a strip bar because there is a strip bar, I think, called the Gentleman's Club. But it's the older retirees. There's this guy who comes from Wisconsin named Bob who comes and hangs out with her and some of our older regulars. And it's just the guys. They come in and they watch old stuff like from the 50s, like Rifleman, and just sit there and talk. And she says nothing political because some people don't agree with others and she doesn't want things getting out of hand, especially with alcohol involved. I don't blame her. From Russia. Well, welcome from Russia. Hey, David. Awesome. I love Corn. She's awesome. And yeah, I mean, they've got our number at Soldier Field because they beat us last time, but we're pissed off they beat us last time and it's playoffs. And let's say that by some chance that the Bears do win. How far do you really think that they're going to go in the playoffs? Not far. If we don't knock them out, the next team's going to. So they're not going to make it far even if they win. But it would be a nice feather in my cap if we got a win today on their field because we always get a win on our field. They can't beat us on Lambeau. It's just not a possible thing for them. And I might be writing a lot of checks my ass can't cash, but I did it last time too. Green and gold until I'm dead and cold. So I think I got a majority of my stuff. Yeah. Let me just turn on a couple of lights so that way I don't have to worry about that at opening time. Okay. I work in a very old bar for the new people that are here. This bar was built in 1924. So 2 years ago, this became 100 years old. And I think May or June, it becomes 102. These are the founding people who had started this. And years ago, this used to be a bar. Eventually, a bowling alley was added. This bowling alley is 75 years old. And the difference between modern bowling alleys and our bowling alley is our setup. I'm told that this is an A1 setup. When you go to a bowling alley now, you don't see the ball retrieval come back to you. It comes through a machine mechanism that shoots it out somewhere over here. Here, you see the ball come back to you. These are very old lanes. And we are a bar. And we have gambling because gambling has become very popular in Illinois lately. We didn't have these all over the place. We used to have casinos, but we never had them in businesses like this. So people come in to gamble. You can't smoke in our bar. There's one pool table, a dartboard. So just your standard American bar. You got 4 inches. We're not collecting yet because it started off like an hour ago. It was sleet. So it wasn't really collecting. Hold on, guys. Shuffleboard, anyone? So we'll go outside in a second because I need a cigarette. Just want to show the bar around. Or show you around the bar. Joko Copwatch, welcome in. So we're having a big ski jump at the end of the month. It's over by my house. It's the big thing in case you guys go back and watch the short. Where I live, I can see this part of it. I can't see this thing, but I can see this part of the thing because I'm off to here. So let's go out and see snow in case you guys have never seen snow before. As you can see, David, nothing's collecting. I don't think the ground's cold enough for it to collect. So it's just kind of watching a pretty snow. This is what happens when it rains here in my town, in my area, when it's like 30-ish degrees. I forgot my smokes. And it's been really, really warm here the past couple of days. So I had no faith that any snow was going to really stick unless it started coming down like gangbusters, like it did like a month ago, month and a half ago. That day was insane. My girlfriend's husband lost his truck. It got totaled going down Death Mountain. But he got a new truck, so, and he got a hell of a deal, and pretty much a brand new truck with very little miles. Wife's not too happy about it, but hopefully she'll get there. He needed a car, so I think she's just worried about the debt, which I can understand. So I've been rambling and going off. How is everybody doing in chat? D. Johns, L. Croft, Joko, Mr. Oh So Good, David. I don't know how to say the Russian person's name. Looks like Putin. But I figured I'd go live with you guys for a little bit before I start my day. I don't have much to do on Saturdays when I walk in here, so it's a little bit easier to go live. I have thought about getting like some sort of a body cam of some sort and just hitting a button and going live. I don't know how much my customers would like it. You have a great day too, David. Thank you for stopping in and saying go Pat go. I'm sure you guys do have a winter in Russia. In fact, I know of it. You guys have one of the coldest spots in the world by you guys. But some of my people that are in my channel live in areas that don't have snow. So we have both. We have winter and ice. Depends on the conditions. Today, it can snow, but it's not going to stick because the ground's not cold enough to let it stay. But at certain points, it's kind of pretty because there's big fat snowflakes just dropping from the sky. I don't know if this picks it up too well. Yeah, see, Sally Stanley lives in Australia, so they don't have winter. Sally, can be happy about that. If you would have saw the snowstorm a little while back, you'd be like, God, I'm glad I don't live there. I've lived here all my life, so I'm somewhat adapted to it. I don't like it, but I'm adapted to it. And I've thought throughout the years of moving to like, Tiff, you finally made it. I'm glad that Pink hasn't held you captive again. I've thought of moving to California more than once in my life, but I don't know how I would deal with not going through all the seasons, because all my life I've gone through summer, spring, fall, and winter. And winters are different in California, same with their fall. But I think I'd adapt. You're not missing much, Sally. It's cold, it's wet, it's yucky to move in. Right? It's been so unseasonably warm in our area, D. Johns. I'll take it, because this is January. It is, you're right, it is not this fucking warm in January. If we could get 60s, I'd like winter a lot more if it was like this. It wouldn't bother me. Right, Tiff? You don't have seasons either. You have just one, maybe two. Summer in spring or summer in fall, I don't know, but maybe you have three. Is Pink still mad? Is that why he doesn't come around? That was weird. When I asked a question, it popped up to put it up in a window. That would be funny if Pink came in and it said, Where is Pink? Pink is just Pink. Pink needs to take out the man pond once in a while. So I'm excited. I think by March I can go back home again. I can't wait to go back home again because he officially rage quit. Oh Lord. Because shit's probably going to be popping off here again come springtime. If the administration is allowed to continue the way that it is, he promised to come back and wreak havoc come spring. So I'd like to be closer to home to protect my friends. Because this shit going on right now is not fucking okay. It's not okay. That woman told that man she didn't have a problem with him and he still shot her in the fucking head. That's fucking nuts. It really is. You know, he made a comment about he could go in the middle of Times Square and shoot somebody and people would still love him. Well, his ICE agents are doing that for him. It's fucking sick and cold. A child is now an orphan because their father died in 2023. They don't say how, but now mom was killed. But that was awesome last night on Mercado Media. They found out where they were staying and they showed up at the hotel and were making all kinds of noise. If we get no justice, they get no peace. Point blank. Period. I'm glad that that rack is gone. I'm not gonna lie. That was annoying. I love when people text me and they're my followers and it's like I'm live, but I can't see the picture. One of my subscribers adopted a Chihuahua. Speaking of, you people have seen the short of the coat that my friend gave to her for Christmas. Well, I told him, I'm like, oh great. One, now I gotta go and buy a fancy coat because my dog looks better than I do when we're walking out there. And two, now I gotta go and buy her some fancy like collar of some sort. So, with that said, where is it? Hold on, guys, I'm looking for something. Dog treats. So, I'll show you some of the things. I might have to go walk back to that store because I can't find it now. So, she got a little skull t-shirt with hearts because we're all about death. She got some new mini Uggs. Look at that. Little pink ones. And Mama upped her game and got Puppo a raincoat. I think it's a raincoat. It looks like a raincoat. So she can stay dry. But I also got her this cute little necklace thingy that I now can't find. And I may have to go walk back over there and be like, hey, did I drop this? It's the boys. Riley. Those are gloves. So we are going to take a walk back to the store, I guess. Thank God I have time. Blazer! Hope you and your beautiful family are doing well. Hi, Firelap. Son of a bitch. I can't believe I lost this thing. So we are going to take a walk back to the store because I am heartbroken. I found her this cute little, it's a bracelet, but it has rhinestones. And it would be very fitting for her fancy coat. Could I? There. Not the car. He's going to be like, yeah, you left it on the table. Because I was so laughing about taking the picture of the Walter Payton picture with the Packers shit. But what Salo, when she came to me, her name originally, that sold the deal on that sale. So good thing it's not too far from here. It's just across the street. Thank you, Blazer. I wish the same to you and your family. I don't know how things are going to go with the way things are going. It's pretty fucked up out there right now. Try going back out and coming back in, Stanley. Hi, John Blanchard. Welcome in. I gotta see how much time I have. I got 15 minutes. I don't even think I locked the door. I like how these people act like I'm on the street. I'm on the sidewalk, dude. Learn to turn your truck. Yeah, it's not warm. It's snowing. Somebody got a new car. Here we go. I can almost bet I left it on the table. And they're going to be like, yeah, we knew you could be back. It was actually kind of warm a couple of days ago here too. Unseasonably warm. Did I leave that necklace here? Because I can't find it.
The little bracelet?
Yeah.
The bag, I handed that to
You did, and I have the
after.
car, and I don't know if I left it on the table.
Yeah, come up. All kinds of, what kinds of things? Over here.
The bracelet that I bought that was in the little chewy bag, I can't find it in my purse. I got everything else.
The rest of the shop, at retail, 30% off, all marked items, 50% off Christmas.
My bag here.
Different sale, one's having 50% off, one's having 10%.
Nope.
No, I just want to make sure it didn't fall. Let me just check under this.
No, he handed it to me. Because I have the Hot Wheel.
It was
Yeah.
with the Hot Wheel. Yep. You look through your bags.
I'm going to have to go back and
It was
look.
in this booth, right? Or was it over here?
Yeah, well, I took the picture on that table, but I had my bags over here, and I don't see it. So I'm going to go back and look and see, and if you guys happen to find it.
We'll come and deliver it.
Okay, thank you.
You should be a little busy over there today with the gallery. He's open 1 to 3? Or
Yeah, he just opened yesterday, right?
He's going to be open today too.
Very cool. Thank you, gentlemen. I don't know where I lost it. I'm sad. It was awesome. It's not in my pocket. Gotta wait for this stupid light again. This is where you hope for a train, because then it changes the light for me. Man, that thing was perfect. I hope I can find it. Knowing my luck, I dropped it back there and somebody picked it up and was like, ooh, I'm going to keep this. Free stuff. Okay, woohoo. Not long of a wait. I didn't bring my gloves with me, so holding this phone is getting a little cold. Oh my God, I can't believe I lost that. I just bought it. Oh well. Oh my gosh, 102. That would be like so unseasonably warm here, Sally. I'd say I'd be cooked at 102. I wouldn't go outside. We got a thing called a heat at And it hit just through that one. We have a new art gallery that just opened yesterday. That's what he was talking about. That was going to be open from 1 to something. So hopefully I'll get some customers in. I think it's weird we have an art gallery. This does not come off as a very cosmopolitan town where it would require such culture. So back in the saddle again, and yeah, I didn't lock the door. Oops. Came over here. Threw all my stuff up on top. Like I said, I've got the fucking Hot Wheel. My nephew last night, I'm playing with him, and he shows me this car. And he goes, "This is Mason's car." And I'm like, "Did you take that from Mason?" Because he goes to daycare. And he goes, "No, Jackie did." So I told him he had to return it because that might have been his Christmas gift, and that Mason is very sad, and that if he would return it, his auntie would get him a new car. So because auntie is pro Chevy, auntie found a cool Hot Wheels that's a pace car that's a Camaro. Coffee cup. Okay. Don't mind me, I'm just still looking for this. Thank you guys for dealing with my crazy ass. And sitting in my boring live as BatMan searches for an all these damn pockets. Yeah, I don't even know. Because, again, the Hot Wheel is here. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know. Well, now I'm sad. Because I thought I bought something cool for the Popo and now I lost it. PDF. I'll go back and look at your text messages when I'm done. I'm looking for something I lost. And apparently it's just lost. I bought the Wawa a fancy collar. It was a rhinestone bracelet, but to go with her fancy coat. And now I can't find the fucker. I can find the Hot Wheel that I bought for my nephew to return a stolen Hot Wheel to his little friend at daycare. life in general, folks. Life in general. I am going to check this one more time. It just doesn't make sense that I've got everything but that. Yeah, I don't even know. So Batman in a basket. No pot, coffee, no pot. I'm losing things today. So let's make coffee. Yeah, I saw the first one. Does the Wawa have a name? Son of a bitch. I said today, I'm going to get to work and I'm going to be like, ooh, I forgot something. I forgot my creamer. I think that my boss has some for White Russians. Today is not my day. Coffee. And sugar. Oh, honey, honey. Big boss. I love it. How does Bear feel? Dude, I'm worried about my dog outliving me. I hear you on that. The bum ticker, you know, I'm more susceptible to having another heart attack, my cardiologist says, in the next 3 to 6 years. So this is year 5. 5? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, year 5. Bear might let her live. I think Bear might think that they got a new puppy, and they've got to be excited. I cannot believe I lost that stupid thing. So, almost time for opening. Gotta make sure that the bathroom lights are on. Things aren't scary in here. Why people put toilet cleaner in there and just don't clean toilet? Just because you put that in there does not necessarily mean. Ooh, yay, that's flushing nicely. Did my boss actually fix things in here? Holy cow. That's a rarity. Somebody must have clogged the toilet pretty good. Yeah, I had to have dropped it because he handed it right to me when he handed me the Hot Wheel. And I remember throwing it in my bag, but, huh, look at this. That's how the Midwest can be. 1 minute snowing, ugly out. Next minute, the sun. Here comes the sun, doo 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 doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright, doo 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 doo. If only I could find my mind. Pities are the greatest. I've had some amazing pities in my life. This wonderful pity named Zeus. I miss him dearly. I don't know how, but he just decided that nope, you're one of my people. And whenever I would hang with him, he'd just back up and guard me. And then there's this amazing dog now. He's an older pitty. His name is Toby. And I call him Toby Saurus Rex. Absolutely love Toby. He's a big love muffin. He an old man. Yeah, that fucking sucks when they get that dysplasia. My Rottweiler had that. And when we got him, well, he was born into the house, but when I acquired him, my ex is like, when he's old, we're going to have to be carrying him up and down the stairs because he's got that hip dysplasia. And I told him, I'm like, I'd lovingly carry him and all 150 pounds of him at the end of his life. That's what I did. It was my boy. He was my third son. He was raised with my boys. So you do what you got to do at the end to make it comfortable for them because we got to learn how to live without them. And bigger dogs don't live that long. Little dogs can live to like 20. That's what I was told about Cardi, that she could live to be 20 years old. So it's like, wow. I got to turn things on. Come on now. Here you go. Thank you for calling Kingpin. How can I help you? We don't do reservations for lanes, but we always have open bowls. Do you? That's up to you. We don't charge you per person or per game. We charge you $20 for the use of the lane, as long as you're not trying to put 50 people on one lane. It's better for you guys to judge if you run into machines and what have you with the amount of people that you have. But each lane would cost you $20 for the hour use, and then a one-time charge of shoe rental for $2. That way, if you guys decide to stay another hour, you're not charged for the use of the shoes again. You're just charged for the use of the lane. Okay, what time are you thinking? Yeah, you should be good. You should be fine. Okay. No problem. You're welcome. Bye-bye. I guess work started like 7 minutes ago. Oops. It's not that busy of a bar always. I usually have a gentleman who comes in on Saturday, this guy Kurt. I think I'm the only liberal he likes. I don't know. I'd like to think he likes his children, but he bitches about paying for college for them to become liberals. Yeah, I had to do that earlier in the week PDF. I still can't hear too good, but it's getting a little bit better, so maybe it was a head cold. They got me on steroids now. I took a pretty strong antibiotic, but I still can't really hear too well. And I called back the immediate care that I went to. They gave me the antibiotics, and I'm like, look, I'm almost done with this, and I still am not having an end result. I still can't hear too good out of my ear. And the lady pissed me off by saying, well, why don't you come in case we miss something? So the last time I dealt with them, I almost walked out thinking I had the common cold and I was walking around with COVID. And I could have put some people in danger, and that's not my game. I don't know. It caused my heart attack. I would never want to do that to somebody. And no, I didn't have the shot, and that's what caused it. I had the heart attack, and then I got the shot. So it was just complications because I was one of the people that were in danger and were told to stay in because I had high blood pressure and I have COPD from smoking. So, yeah. So I got pissed off and I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the ER. They're going to do a little more of a thorough check. And less than 5 minutes with not even an ER doctor, it was the PA is what they called her. She talked to me for less than 5 minutes, gave me steroids and a nasal spray, and this is where I'm at. Ooh, banana, rice, applesauce, and toast. I like all of those, but not just for food. Yikes. Yikes, PDF. Can you eat yogurt? Because yogurt's really good for gut health, so I try and eat. I was actually very proud of myself yesterday. I'm in the grocery store and I saw these Stranger Things ice cream cones, and it was only like a 4-pack for $7, and I'm like, I fucking love 11. I want these. And then I'm like, you know what? My fat ass doesn't need it. So I went down the yogurt aisle and I got some Greek yogurt. It's a lot of complaints about life. Have you seen what's going on? Do you see my skin color? Things aren't too easy for people like me. And I'm grateful for a lot of things. I'm grateful for my dog. I'm grateful for my kids. I'm grateful that my immigrant parents are dead and not seeing where this country has become because they decided to give me a better opportunity here in this country. So I am grateful for things. I'm grateful for the people that love me and my friends that surround me in times like this to make sure I'm okay, even when I'm not. And I'm grateful to sit here and tell you about my heart attack story, because the opposite view of that would be I'd be 6 feet underground. So, there you go. Grateful things. Smoking is bad for us, PDF. Speaking of, my pothead ass. So, I had to go buy a new battery for my cartridge because the one that I had was just dying. It wasn't charging back up. So I go in and they tell me that they have one with a button. So I'm like, okay, I'll try the one with the button. And usually you press the button and then you just pull from it, right? Well, this you have to turn on. It comes on and you can pull from it. And you can change the different levels of heat. You can have it low, high, medium, and turn it on, turn it off. There's all kinds of things that you can do with this. So the guy shows me, And I felt so stupid. I was like, oh, I didn't even look on the box. On the box, it shows you the color coordination and how to work this thing. The guy's like, eh. He goes, we are potheads. And I'm like, very true. Very true. I'm not a white person, PDF. I'm Mexican Italian. And white people are in danger. There was a woman murdered in cold blood just 2 days ago by an ICE agent. Eh, trolls got a troll and they add to the algorithm. What are you going to do, D-Johns? They're everywhere. I got to watch an in-life real troll get shut down yesterday. It was awesome. The only thing would have been better is if the same thing that happened to him in Michigan happened to him yesterday too. But unfortunately that didn't happen. But I'll take the cooking. Yeah, I had enough with being in the ICU after the heart attack. I'm good. I don't like hospitals. I don't like doctors. I'm good. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I can't stop it or prevent it. You can take medicine, but I mean, look at the guy who invented running, saying that was great for your heart. How did he die? Running. So, in moderation, things are great. Before my heart attack, I wish I could tell you that I was a sloppy pig and that I sat on my couch eating bonbons and McDonald's. But my stamina on a dirt bike was sick. My legs were so my calves were so strong. And it's a choice to ride dirt bike BMX over mountain bikes. I don't like mountain bikes. But I was very healthy when I had my heart attack. I eat pretty decent. I cook at home a lot. I don't really eat garbage. I do, but not a lot of it. I'm not a big chip person. I'm not a big McDonald's person. I would rather go to the store, grab some ground beef, and make my own burger with bacon. It's bigger. It looks better. It's meat. I know it's meat. I can cook Italian. I can cook some Mexican. I can cook traditional American food, pot roast, meatloaf, chicken noodle soup, beef barley soup. I can bake. So why am I going to go out and spend go to Starbucks and get a little cake for $8, $9 when I can make a whole cake for less than that if I choose to eat cake? Well, I wish there was more people like you, PDF, because right now it's very divided in race. I remember I came home, I was a little kid, and I was crying, and my dad came up to me. It was one of the very few times that my dad was actually a human being. And he goes, Mija, why are you crying? And I said, a boy asked me today if I was the reason for Spick and Span. Spick and Span used to be a cleaning product back in the 80s for floors, I think. I think it was like a powder of some sort, detergent that you could mop your floors with. Well, Spick's another term to use towards a Mexican. I've been called the N-word. I've been called a San N-word. All because of the color of my skin and where I grew up. I grew up in a very predominantly white area that had more Asian and a little bit of Indian community. The Indian community came more so as I got older and high school. High school was the first time I actually saw another kid like me because they were all white kids, basically. My best friend, who I was just talking about earlier, tall, huge white boy. Blonde hair, blue eyes. My girlfriend, Katrina. A lot of my friends are white because that's what I grew up around. But I also got the luxury of meeting a man in Cicero. And at that point in time, it was no longer Bohemian, Polish, and Italian. it was starting to become Mexican as well. So through the years that I lived there, my kids, who were also part Mexican because of me, but look like white kids, because the Italian side on both are mine and my ex's. My ex is Italian Irish, so total white boy. They were the minority because at a certain point there was more Mexican children in my kids' classes than there was anything. So we got to grow up in two different, well, my kids grew up differently than I grew up. So they kind of got to feel a little bit what I was feeling when I was growing up, being the only Mexican in the white area and them being white boys in the Mexican area. I think it was funny one day, my oldest was so mad because they were doing the census in 99. And one of two things he was mad about. One was my age, because he thought it was wrong that I was so young because all the other parents were normal age. I was a teen parent, so I was in my early 20s. And then the other thing he was mad about is when they asked him what his race was and he said Mexican, everybody started laughing at him. He looks like a white boy. He's got hazel eyes, he's got beautiful brown hair, good looking kid. And I don't just say that as his mother of my firstborn. He's a good looking boy. But yeah, he was a white kid. And everybody started laughing at him. And he looked at the class and he's like, have none of you seen my mom? And people didn't believe I was his mom because he took more after the Italian side of my family. I didn't realize this until he started getting older and compared pictures of him with my brother, my only brother that I have. And he looks like my side of the family, but my mom's side. I look like my dad. So my other one is a carbon copy of me. There's no denying that he's mine. But the oldest, people thought I was the babysitter. People thought that I was his cousin, his aunt, his sister. Nobody believed I was his mother, except for the teachers that knew better. And friends. Joe Cool, what up? So, I'm glad that my kids got to grow up like that because they they didn't grow up to be racist assholes. You know, I mean, if I could sit there, I've seen some crazy things in my time. Not as much as some people. Like, I wasn't there for the civil rights movement because I wasn't even born. But we sure have a front row show right now. But I also grew up during the time during the LA riots and Rodney King and everything. And I thought that that was pretty bad and never could have imagined that we'd be where we are today. Never. I'm just glad that I raised my boys strong and that I gave them tools to be able to stand up for what you believe in and stand up for others. Be careful, Gregory. Them are some fighting words. Calling anybody pink. That could be toxicity, you know that. How are you on this morning, Joe Cool? I don't hear from you much. I miss our conversations. Even if they are about my hair. Which is real. Isn't it gorgeous? I think I'm going to have to just do this. That way it's not falling in front of my face. And you can still see my go pack up. Just know you're choosing violence. That's all I'm saying. God help you because I can't, Gregory. I'm still really bummed I can't find that stupid bag. Because that was just amazing. Now I'm going to have to go search out a new bracelet that's rhinestones, and I'm not going to get it as cheap as I got it at that resale shop. I think I spent like $4 on it. What are you going to do? On the plus side, I have the Hot Wheels, so when my nephew returns it Monday morning, when I come home from work Monday night, I can turn around and say, did you give that car back to Mason? And if he says yes, then I got a pretty cool car for him. I can always find something for Cardi. You're going back to your old ways, choosing violence. You've been hanging out with Angel too much. There's enough violence being chosen right now, Gregory. Be kind. We need more kindness in this world, Gregory. There's enough ugly. I like doing good things. They make me feel better sometimes. One of the huge things I love to do is cook for people that I know don't normally have a home cooked meal. I have a couple of friends that, they just live on their own, or, they are empty nesters and they don't cook as much. I know the feeling. I remember back in the day we were cooking for an army, sometimes 2-3 houses me and my ex would cook for, because we would divide up food between his mom, who lived 2 blocks away, and his brother, who lived right down the block from her, which was his twin. So we would always exchange food. Lots of food going on back then. So now, as an empty nester, my boys are now men, so they live on their own. They don't live in mom's basement. I don't cook as much, so it makes me feel better when I know that I can give a good meal to somebody that I care about and that they ate well that day. Better than they normally would eat going to a restaurant or just picking something up. I couldn't agree with you more, PDF. Gregory, you don't want to know the dark side. Because once you go there, you can't come back. This Christmas, I tried doing something nice for the bar. I cooked a whole ham. I made some sides, corn casserole and green bean casserole. Made some buttered rolls. Brought it in, and one person showed up. One person. But it made her day, and it's for people who don't necessarily have somebody to spend Christmas with, because in reality there are people out there that don't have family to speak of, and maybe coming and hanging out at a bar with people is they're being around people for the holidays. So even though people didn't show up and it kind of made me a little sad, I am still glad I did it at the end of the day, because we need more kind acts in this world. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just showing off then in front of you. I am so sorry, PDF. I don't know, Gregory. I don't know. Your idea of dark side and my idea of dark side are two entirely different dark sides. Ooh, sorry again, PDF. Okay, I think it's time for a smoky. Rosie things! He's got a stomach issue, Rosie. He can't eat food and do certain things for a week. No, we're not talking murder. Well, I mean, where did that come from, Rosie? No, we were talking about Gregory going to the dark side, and I was telling him that there's different variations. I hope Gregory didn't have to walk down some of the things I had to walk down in my life, because I don't even know sometimes how I'm here and still this sane. And it's not very sane to begin with. But I've survived some shit. And some pretty brutal shit. That's why this Renee Nicole Good thing bothers me so much, because I know what it feels like to not get justice for a murderer. The guy who killed my mom only did a year in prison. A fucking year. I have mourned my mother now longer than I had her in my life. He did 1 year. 1 fucking year. So, I hope that doesn't happen to that child. And I don't know if you guys had heard, they started a GoFundMe, and it's raised over $1 million. And, you know, at the end of the day, when the kid grows up and hears how people stood up and tried to make sure he was okay, I'm sure he would have rather have traded that $1 million for his mom. I know I would. There's no amount of money that could satisfy the fact that she's no longer here. She was my good parent. God took her first. Couldn't take the evil bastard that beat me for years, but let's take her mom. But what are you going to do? That was very proven. Very proven. The fact that he called her a fucking bitch after he shot her? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That just shows the level of psychopaths that are wearing that uniform at this present time. They're not trained people. They're not trained people. The training is very limited. They watch shit in a room, and then they're out on the street with guns doing that shit. And the fact that he was holding his own cell phone and filming it, they said that the point where the phone drops is where she hit him. But in reality, he dropped that phone so he could fucking pop those bullets off in her. Because you hear it. You hear it. So I hope that kid doesn't have to sit there, because that kid's way younger than I was. I was at least 18. I wasn't ready for it. I needed her more than anything because I was a teen mom and I thought she was always going to be there for my kids. My oldest that was his moon and sun, was his grandma. He didn't get to grow up with her because some guy made a decision. And when he made that decision, he had a lucky horseshoe up his ass, because the technicality is what got him that a year only. It was pretty nuts, you know. Dead woman found in a room, battered. You would figure case closed, right? Find out who she was with, find out who did this to her. Case closed. This guy's going away for murder. Not in this case. They couldn't determine her cause of death. So that was a huge farce right there, because the coroner in DuPage County couldn't figure it out, right? So he sent it to the Illinois FBI. FBI went and did their testing, and they couldn't figure it out. They couldn't come up. You have 3 causes of death when you die. You have natural, accidental, and homicide. And that's what they were trying to determine, how her cause of, what the cause of death was. So after that happened, they shot it back to DuPage County, and DuPage County had to hold what was called a death inquest. And a death inquest is kind of like a trial. The cops get to speak, we get to speak, the person who killed her gets to speak if they show up to explain their actions of the day. The only one who doesn't get to speak is the deceased person, right? So 12 people have to decide after hearing all this stuff, medical reports, how she was found, what have you, and they determined homicide, natural or accidental. Those people determined homicide. Just by it doesn't have to be like a murder case where you have to have all kinds of evidence. It was enough evidence for them to say, yeah, this guy killed her. But the DA, the day of his trial, was trying to say, at the time, O.J. Simpson was on trial, and the circumstantial evidence was a big, heavy topic because of the glove issue and everything. So the DA comes into the room, and I can still hear him, Anthony Paccarelli. I can still hear him saying, well, we have too much circumstantial evidence, even though he didn't pass a lie detector. A lie detector is not admissible in court. It just shows that it's a tool we use to weed out people that become suspects, and everything we had to go through with the death inquest, even though it was determined she died of homicide. Murder's a hard thing to convict girls, because this was me and my sisters in the room. He goes, so this is the best I can do. This is the best I can do. That still makes me cry to this day, because she was a person. And after everything was said and done, we read our victim impact statements about what it means to not have our mom in our life anymore. And it came time to the judge sentencing him. And even the judge said, I don't even know how we're here today. You should be in front of another judge, in front of another jury, hoping and praying that you just get life. Even he was pissed off. He goes, but this is where we're at, and this is what I can do. And, he handed him the conviction after everything was said and done. We're sitting there, and I was pregnant with my son, Austin, at the time. And I'm sitting there crying. And the dad comes up to us, and instead of saying, I'm sorry for what my son did to your mother, he's like, how dare you? Do you know how upset his mother is that he's not going to be there for Thanksgiving? It took 5 guards to get me off that man and 2 of my sisters, because I couldn't believe he had the balls to say that to us after everything. I may be mighty, but piss me off? Yeah, it's not pleasant. So I'd hate for that kid to have to live like I've had to live for the last 30 years. Pissed off that my mom's in the ground for a stupid fucking reason and nobody did her justice. So this really hits a little hard. And that's why I take so much of this stuff so personal, because I have personal reasons. It's not because I hear a headline and I'm just outraged. I lived through this shit. Sometimes my friend tells me I share too much, but I'm an open book. We are in a platform right now that people try and find out stuff about you to destroy you. What are you going to have against me if I give you everything? I've already had people try to dox where I work. They doxed the wrong spot. I've had a person put my address and a United States Army person's address on just because they were bored looking at my video of me mailing something to them. So, what are you going to do? Oh, you know where I am? Find me. I dare you. Find me. Exactly, Rosie. The saying, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. I mean, it's kind of true. My best friend tells me all the time I'm the strongest person he knows, and he's a combat veteran. He's a combat fucking veteran telling me I'm fucking strong. And then I have a friend who, when I get upset about something and I want to give up on things, and I turn around and I tell them that, even though I know they don't want to hear it, I'm just letting them know where I'm at that particular moment. They turn it around on me and tell me, you got this shit. I don't want to fucking hear that shit. You get the fuck up and you stop bitching and crying. Those are the people that I need in my life, because sometimes it's easy to dwell and be upset and do nothing. I can't sit down and do nothing. Oh, Rosie, you missed it. If you go back a little bit, I bought her some new pink Uggs. I got her a raincoat. I got her a skull and heart shirt. I am disappointed because I found this cute little bracelet rhinestone that would be perfect for her for a collar for her fancy coat. I don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared. I even took a walk back to go and see if I dropped it over there, because I've dropped things before or I've forgotten things, and yeah, I just can't find it. I don't know where it went. I'll find something else for her to make her fancy. She my baby girl. I sent a funny picture to a friend of mine this morning. I was watching The Daily Show, and they were talking about the invasion of Venezuela, and they had a chihuahua in handcuffs, blindfolded. And I sent it to my friend. I said, I got a call from the pound today, and it said in their arrest report that you're going to feel my uncle's wrath. Fuck the police. I hope it made them laugh, because I thought it was funny. Awesome. I missed that. I'm going to have to go and look for Broccoli's video for furry. I need to text her. I haven't talked to her in a little bit. She was checking on me through this whole ordeal with my ear. I love Broccoli. I could spend hours on the phone with Broccoli. If me and Broccoli were neighbors, I don't think I'd ever go home. I'd just be hanging out with Broccoli all the time. We'd be doing puzzles and cuddling in blankets, living with our dogs. Well, that means a lot that you came over here. If she was in Furry's Live, that means you were in Furry's Live. So thank you for stopping by, Rosie. I know how important it is for you to support the people that you love, and I absolutely love you, and so does Cardi. Kisses to you and Chris. Tell Chris to calm down. Aww. Tell Chris thank you for giving you the heads up. He's great. I love that live you did where he was only showing his hands. That was hilarious. Remember we nicknamed him Thing from the Addams Family? Oh. But thank you for letting me get a little heavy, but I just want to explain the reasons why I believe in what I believe in, because some people try and push a false narrative that people are just sitting there watching the internet getting outraged. They are getting outraged on some of the things they're seeing, but they may have personal things too. Spirit in the sky, go Pack, go! Go Pack, go! I hear them. You know, some people are just like that, Rosie, and that's okay. Some people are not so much of an open book and they're like, leave me alone. I have friends like that. One of my friends, when we went into COVID, he was so excited because he's an introvert. He's like, I was built for this. He goes, the only thing that's going to piss me off is eventually people are going to come back out and ruin it again. Oh, that's pretty cool, EDF. I live with a techie that could probably do that stuff. He has all kinds of stuff that he does for a living in the technology world. Go Pack, go. You're just choosing violence. That gets you timed out, just so you know. You know what? Me and my oldest are carbon copies. carbon copies. In fact, there has been times where I have been damn proud of that boy's smart assness, and I'm like, damn, he surpassed me. My other son's the more serious one. He doesn't find us funny at all. We're just weird. My talk to text is always drunk, PDF, so it's not just you. Spirit in the sky. Told you that stuff gets you put in a timeout. Victorious. Green Bay. Hopefully he doesn't take that personally. But I take my Packers personally. He just chose violence. Oh, Rosie, while you're in here, I made a new video of Cardi as a fugitive. You can thank Jon Stewart for that in the Daily Show. For football. Still not good. I still can't hear out of it. Yes, football, Rosie. Here, Spirit in the Sky. I brought this just for you. Hold on. Gotta wait until I gotta be in full regale. Okay, are you ready, Spirit in the Sky? Are you watching? Okay, first, go Pack Go. Second, hold on. Go Pack Go. We're gonna win today. We're going to win. I can feel it. Cardi's in her Packers jersey. I'm in my Packers stuff. We're taking it all the way today. And honestly, do you think that they're going to go that far? Even if they get beat by us? Or if they beat us? Not so much. PDF, I'm going to turn around so you don't see this. Okay. I don't want to upset PDF because I know how much I love my coffee, and if it can't have it, yep, us sports people. It's a huge rivalry today, Rosie. The Chicago Bears are playing the Green Bay Packers, and it's a huge rivalry to begin with, but now it's playoff contention, so it's even more bigger of a game today because whoever wins this game gets to go off in the playoffs. Or wild card or something like that. I like to piss off the right people, Spirit in the Sky. There are some Packers fans. Surprisingly, not as many as I thought there would be, as close as we are to Wisconsin right here. But there are Packers fans because last year, for the Packers-Bears game last season, I was walking to work because it was an unseasonably warm day. And I promised the people that were coming in that I wouldn't wear Packers stuff, that I would wear something Bears. But I had something Packers underneath it. I think I was wearing this. So, at one point, I think it was when the Bears beat the Packers at Soldier Field, I want to say. No, we beat them. I'm sorry, we beat them. So I rip off the jersey and I throw it on the floor in the bar and I start stomping on it. And my one customer, Teague, he's this great guy. He's this Irish guy that comes in here with his beautiful wife. He's like, "You're out of the will." So he says that to me all the time now. His daughter's a Packers fan. And when I was walking, a kid who was in a car with his parent drove past me and said, "Go Pack Go!" And I'm like, I feel so dirty. That sounds like a very soft, furry life. I hope not. I'm sorry. I feel bad drinking it in front of you because, like I said, I would be upset if I couldn't have coffee. Yeah, I'm sorry too, PDF. I hope that it's only this week and that you're feeling better. Because I couldn't imagine not being able to eat. I've been made fun of being called fat. I mean, I'm not skinny, but I'm not extremely huge either. But this girl loves to eat. I love to eat. Though I think pizza's off the menu because I had it 3 times this week already. It was kind of funny because my girlfriend and her husband, because they get up so early, go to bed like stupid early, like 8, 9 o'clock. So when I'm home, I'm kind of stuck in my room because there's a dog who can eat me that is now roaming around free on the first floor. So I can't go down and cook something or grab something out of the fridge if I get hungry. So I'll make something and I'll bring it upstairs, and later on throughout the evening I'll go and I'll eat it. Well, this week I made a home run in pizza because I was like, okay, this will cover 2 nights. I don't have to eat it back to back, but I can have it as something to eat later. So the first night, I brought it upstairs, and I ate 2 pieces, and they were pretty decent size. And I'll show you what the other one looks like. The one I had was Meat Lovers. This one's sausage and mushroom. So it's a decent sized pizza, because the pizzas we have here for the bar, Jesus, I hate when that seals, are only probably like maybe 12 inches, and these are like maybe 16. So it's a decent sized pizza. So the next night, I'm like, fuck it, I may as well finish it. It was good. And I did that. And then yesterday, I don't know how it was decided, but the husband decided he was going to the local bar that's down the street from here that actually makes homemade pizzas. It's called Dead End. And he got a pizza from there. So I had pizza 3 nights in a row. I'm good on pizza. My nephew could live off pizza. Me, not so much. I need some variety in life. I need a steak once in a while, or some ground beef, or even chicken. Ooh, Keebler's out in secrets. PDF and me are very much alike. To the right people, we're the nicest people in the whole wide world. To the people who flip that switch, you get what you deserve. You get what you deserve. Oh my goodness. 420, because that's what's up. How is it in Cali? And my favorite part. Hopefully you'll bring us to some Giants game when the season starts again. 420. I love when you do that shit. Oracle Park is amazing. All these people in my chat, I feel so honored. All 4 of you. And 420 especially. That's my guy. It was really fun. I think that's pretty cool that you did that. And what I also like is when some of you guys in California do your car shows, because we don't have cars like you guys. With the lowriders, I mean, they do have them, but not in as mass supply as you guys do. Those cars are amazing. In honor of 420. Puff, puff, pass. Hello, my beautiful Keebler. I wish I could be at the protests that are going on. I was looking yesterday, I get notifications on certain things telling me when things are going to be happening around here. And there's quite a few spots around here that people were doing the protest at noon. But I have to be here. And it kind of pisses me off. I want to be part of that. Not at all. Not at all. Batman works that day, so no hopes of watching Batman go down a ski jump. At all. And I love roller coasters. I'm not afraid of heights or anything, but that thing scares the shit out of me. It's a drop. That's just... You're not in a car. You're not safely secure in something that if shit goes wrong, you don't die. Here, where? That's what they're doing. There's no way in hell that Batman is that coordinated that I know. Just no. But you guys always see this part of it when I show you from where I'm at. But this is what it looks like on the other side of that mountain. And there's a little one, I think. This is the little one for the kids. They do one of the jumps. Because they're Saturday. That's why there's 2 days. The 31st is going to be the kids. And February 1st is going to be the Olympic adult jumpers. It's a big, huge thing here. A lot of day drinking. Lot of day drinking. That's why you see Miller. I like that they have the Northwest Medicine because, yeah. And Wild Onion Brewery, that's a place around here. And the Northwest Herald is the local town paper around here. But that ski jump was established in 1905. 1905. So it's 120 years old already. Going on 126. I don't know when the actual date was. But huge thing. And if it's unseasonably warm like it is today, they have like some snow machine that they put snow so the ski jumping is able to still continue. I don't know how they do it in the, I think it's October. I think it's called Jumptober. I don't know how they do it in the warm. I don't know if they throw snow down and still do that, or if they use water and water skis. But no, I've been told on a clear day that if you're on the top of that jump, you can see the city of Chicago, which is not close. Yeah, I don't think that's going to get you out, Rosie. The thing that sucks for me is if I were to ever be called on certain cases or certain things that I'd want to sit in on, that I can't because of situations that I've been in. Like my mom. Anything with domestic violence where it leads to death, I probably couldn't sit in a courtroom and make that decision because of my feelings about my mom. I could remain impartial, but I can't. I'm still pissed off, as you guys can see. Yeah, I can barely manage on these 2 feet with shoes on, Keebler, let alone throwing skis in the equation. Yeah, no. Again, Batman is not that coordinated. At all. A little of both. Gotten a lot better than the hurt. People that say time heals all wounds, some we open and raw from the day that they happen. That's one of them. Do it for broccoli. Broccoli would not want me to put my life in danger, Spirit in the Sky. Broccoli would not agree with that. A gator ate a woman. Yikes. See, that's why I can't live in Florida. Things that can eat me. Probably not many. One, people have to know who I am, Spirit in the Sky. I am not Mr. Beast. So there is that. Did she go up to the gator? I mean, what the hell happened? Did the gator chase her down and eat her? Because, yeah, some people are just stupid. They just go up and they're like, ooh, an alligator, let's go see how friendly it is. They're not warm creatures. That's like going up to a shark and saying, I just want to pet it. Okay. There was a fight between an alligator and a crack on the beach. Did she go up to them to separate them? You guys got all kinds of crazy stuff there, Sally Stanley. I've seen spiders that I would burn the house down. And I'm not particularly scared of spiders, and we have black widows here. But you guys got some massive fucking insect problems there. Oh my God. Jesus. You're sitting there loving life on a boat and fucking next thing you know you're talking to St. Peter going, how the fuck did I get here? Jesus. Yeah, no. That would be a hard no. Yeah, you guys have some massive insects there. I don't know if I could deal with that. And I used to love kangaroos until I found out how mean those fuckers are. Those things will fucking kill you. You guys got ostriches. Those things spit at you and are mean as fuck. Ooh, I got people coming in, so I'm going to have to end because it looks like I have worker people that I have to speak to. So I hope everybody has a good day. Thank you for stopping in on my live, and see everybody soon. Go Pack Go! Go Pack Go! And hope that I find Cardi's cute little bracelet thingy. I can't believe I lost it. But I appreciate and love all of you guys for coming in. And go out there and do something kind for somebody. It'll make you feel good.